Okay. So good morning, everyone. Today's class, we are going to discuss the principle of operation of CNC, construction features, including structures. So principle of working operation, we have already discussed, but in this session, I will be explaining it with the help of block diagram. Okay. So here, if you see, this is a machine tool. Just a moment. Okay, this is machine tool. You can consider this as a CNC drilling machine or lathe machine or whatever non-traditional machine. You can consider this one. Here, what is required in this case? We will have a CNC control unit. Okay, this will give the required drive information. Okay, feed motion, servo motor, servo cell, etc. will be given. So depending on the program input, this is a feed drive. It will drive the motor. So in the direction of X, Y, or Z, whatever be the direction or whatever be the movement is required, that instruction is given to the system. So according to the instruction, the machine tool table moves in X, Y, Z directions. The required operation is performed. Whether the tool is performing the required operation or the tool has reached the required position is ensured with the help of the feedback system. Detect drive is, it will ensure that the tool is reached the appropriate position and the operation is performed. So it's a closed loop system. It will give you the CNC control, will give you the required information to the machine tool. So here IO devices, mouse, keyboard, etc. are connected to the CNC system, and monitor is also display the movement of the tool, the tool compensation, etc. So here PLC is programmable logic control. It is nothing but a switch actually. So it can switch on or switch off the required operation in terms of few megahertz per second. So it has got a very high capability. You can control a number of operations with PLC. It is a switching tool, electronic device. So here it will control the machine tool IO circuits and devices. Spindle servo cells, spindle drives information is given from the PLC system. So any conventional or non-conventional machine tool you can consider. With the help of block diagram, you can explain the working of CNC machine tool. Here, machine control unit is given here. So system bus is, this carries the information, data actually. So this one is very familiar for all of us. So it will have a memory unit, RAM and ROM. So this will store the memory, and ROM is used to manage the operating system. So machine tool control here, position control and spindle, feed, speed, etc. Those information is also passed through the system bus. I mean, this carries the data. And sequence control, coolant on off, fixture clamping, and releasing the work job, and automatic tool changing is also information is given over here. Here, central processing unit is available to perform the logical operations. Input output interface, as we know, it is a pen drive or some other memory devices used to store the program. So the components of machine control unit is displayed in this slide. So next one is the functions and features of CNC system. So here, depending on the number of axes, the CNC machines are classified. So 2-axis, 3-axis, 4-axis machine, 5-axis machine, etc. Okay, so simultaneously moving, controlling the motion of every axis is a difficult job. Simultaneously moving the axis, so it is done by the CNC control unit that will move the movement of various axes, so that we can make very complex shapes. So while we are discussing machining centers, I have shown you the horizontal machining center and vertical machining center, where one of the machining center, the video displays the making of turbine plates. That is what the simultaneous control of various axes. Okay. The preparatory functions, G functions, means G code. G00 means rapid movement. G01 is linear movement. So these part already we are going to discuss in unit 5. Okay. So very basic G codes and M codes, preparatory functions are done by the CNC system. And unit system also, either you can give a metric unit in terms of or inches. It is nobody is using in academia, I mean a CGS system nobody is using, whereas in industry people are still using the inches. Okay, so this conversion is also available. Interpolation by using software real-time calculations means, if you are see you are doing a milling operation where exactly the operation is happening, that you can see the in the display. And the tool path, it need not be always a straight line, it may have some curvature also. In that curvature, just a moment. Okay, so movement interpolation means, supposing I am making a profile like this, cutting a circular profile. So the movement will not be a perfect circle actually. It is depending on the resolution, it will be moving in this way. 1x, small like this, 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 this. So it is all x and y simultaneously moving. So this is known as circular interpolation. So straight line also, if you look at, it seems to be a straight line, but near in CNC system, the movement is not in this fashion. The movement will be something like this. X direction 1 micron, Y direction 1 micron, depending on the resolution. It may be 5 micron or 10 micron, depending on the resolution, it will be moving like this. So this kind of movement are known as linear interpolation. Second important function is feed function, feeding. So per revolution, how much distance the tool has to advance, that is known as feed. And speed of spindle, that is also defined by the CNC system. Here, per revolution format is most common. How much it advances per revolution of the spindle, or how much inches the tool advances per revolution of the spindle. These are all the terms used in CNC system. And feed rate override is also another important function. Feed rate means, supposing I am making a profile like this, while we have already discussed the wire EDM machining. Here it is like this. In the corner, the deflection will be more. Automatically what happens, when it reaches this particular place, the parameters are reduced automatically, so that it will be moving very slowly, so that it can make a perfect sharp corner. Otherwise what happens, supposing here it will be moving for instance 5 mm per minute cutting speed, 5 mm per minute. In this case it will go with 0.5 mm. Okay, if you are negotiating a curve in a two-wheeler, say it's very sharp, if you are moving 80 km speed, you cannot make a turn. You have to reduce the speed to 10 km per hour, so that you will be following the perfect path. Otherwise what happens, you cannot follow the path. So this kind of adjustment, I mean, is possible. It is online process also available, or the user can also reduce the parameter, so that it will make a perfect path. So rapid motion, this is it will enhance the productivity of the machine. For instance, I am having a job like this. This is my job. Okay, my CNC drilling operation, for instance, my tool is here initially. I wanted to perform an operation here, so at this location. What I have to do, from here to here, actually tool will not move. The table has to move XY direction, so that this will be moving at this particular position. So now the position of the after movement, what happens? My tool will be here. But actually tool is not moving. The CNC table is moving to the required place. So this movement can be kept rapid. I mean, very fast movement, so that the machining time or machining cycle can be, it's a faster movement, so that you can improve the productivity. Machining cycle time is reduced. So this motion is known as rapid motion. Similarly, while you are performing drilling operation, during drilling, the feed rate has to be given as per the requirement. Once the drilling is over, the retraction of the tool has to be rapid in order to reduce the machining cycle time. So spindle functions. Here, spindle speed can be adjusted according to the requirement. So there will be a set of rheostats. By changing the resistance, we can vary the spindle speed. So other miscellaneous function you can see, spindle on off, coolant on off, etc. So these are all we have to set it in the programming. This portion also we are going to discuss in unit 5. So compensation function. So what is it? Suppose this is my job. This is my job I wanted to make. Okay. So this movement is referring to the midpoint of the tool. This is my tool, for instance. This is my tool. Okay. So if this is my entire job, I am performing the operation like this. I want to cut it. I want to remove this particular piece. Now, if I do programming, this programming is referring to the center point of the tool. I have to compensate it. Instead of following this particular path, if I make my tool to move in this path, say here, I can get perfect rectangle. So this is known as compensation. So tool dimension compensation, or sometimes after using it for 6 months, there may be a wear. Because of that, the dimension is reduced. At that, the reduced dimension can also be compensated so that we can get a perfect size, very tight tolerance we can have. So this kind of compensation function is also given by the CNC system. Next, graphic display function. So there will be a monitor, either CRT or LCD monitor. It will show you what are all the parameters, means feed rate, speed of spindle, whether coolant is on or off, the wire compensation or the tool compensation data, coordinates, and the movement of the tool. Everything can be displayed. So before starting machining, you can simulate the movement. If the movement is okay, then we can go for real manufacturing or real machining. Next advantage is self-diagnostic. What is self-diagnostic? Supposing the spindle is not revolving at particular speed because of some issue with the bearing, it will give a message. Some the bearing number B is at 201 is malfunctioning. That kind of report it will display. So it's an intelligent system. It will give you the self-diagnosis so that we can change the worn out part or the broken part or not working, not functioning part. We can perform the maintenance very easily. Second one is communication function. So it is RS232 port. It is something like our VGA cable kind of a port. So this is used to input the data and retract the data. Or some other communication software can also be used for communicating with the CNC machine tool. So programming function, there are this one elaborately we are going to discuss in unit 5. However, here I am just introducing manual programming. Okay, it is known as in machine language in the real MPI, manual part programming. Okay, so here we can give data. For instance, my tool is here. If I am giving input like this, G0000 X 2 Y3 means if I press enter here, what happens? My tool will be moving at this location. So I can check it out. So once you understood the manual programming, then you can do programming in any advanced software. Okay. So thing is you have to understand the syntax of the software and you can make any complex program. Okay. So conventional shop floor programming, it involves using the particular software. Say MATLAB, MTAB is making MTAB is a company. They are making CNC machine tool. They have developed their own system, basically CAD system. Okay, so depending on the profile, the system will generate G codes and M codes. If you feed it, then automatically you can perform the operation, whatever machining you want to do, that you can perform. Okay, so here CAM system operating. So automatic mathematical calculation is also available. Means supposing I want to move from this point, say 2, 5. Okay, so another point is here somewhere 10 comma 12, for instance, it's an example 10 comma 12. Okay. So I want to divide this into two halves. This is a straight line. I find out the midpoint of this one. You need not find out the mathematics to find out the midpoint of it. There will be a standard function. This will give you the automatic calculation of the midpoint of this point. Okay. Likewise, these functions are available in the CNC machine too. So function, again, same thing we have already discussed in the beginning of this chapter, the beginning of this unit. It's a hardware component and software component. Depending on the precision, repeatability, and accuracy, the cost of the hardware component will be very high. Okay, and the number of access. So software cost reasonably low when compared to the hardware. So by combining hardware and software, we can build the CNC system. So this picture shows the CNC lathe system architecture. So I'm just giving an example. It's a CPU. It's a bus, means data will be carrying through this channel. Bus means data carriers. Okay. Here servo control interface here. Servo control interface. So it will give the necessary information to X-axis servo. Okay. Servo motor is driven. So depending on this particular input, X-axis, in X-axis direction, CNC table will move. Whether it has reached the appropriate position or not, which is identified by the feedback system. Okay, so the error is become 0, then it has reached its position. So it will be checking it out so that the machine continuously works. Similarly for Y-axis, Z-axis. The challenge is simultaneously controlling all these three axes. In case of 3-axis CNC, is a difficult job, but the software and the drive system will help us to perform the required operation. So here input output devices, PLC, etc. given. It is just a block diagram representing the working of CNC lathe system. Okay. So here, how does it works? The stepper motor working, you have already studied. If you give a one single pulse, electrical pulse, what happens? It will rotate. Stepper motor is going to rotate continuously, or depending on the program, it will rotate. Here is a set of gears. Let us assume it is gear value is 1. I mean, this n, if this is revolving at n speed, this is also revolving at 1. Gear ratio is 1, for instance. Okay. If its pitch is equal to, I mean, single start lead screw, whatever rotation it makes, for one complete rotation of this motor, it will make one complete rotation. If its pitch is 1 mm, what happens? One complete revolution of this lead screw will make the table to move 1 mm. Understand? 1 mm. Supposing it is a double start, I mean double start thread, if this lead screw is making one complete revolution, it will be making 2 mm. If 2 mm double start, supposing pitch is equal to 1 mm. Pitch is equal to 1 mm. For one complete revolution, let us assume it is a 1 mm pitch. One complete rotation of this will make the table to revolve 1 mm if it is a single start. Double start, it will make 2 mm movement, 2 mm advancement of the workday. Okay, but in the CNC system, the accuracy is so high, it will be in the order of few microns. Okay, so the CNC machine Viridian system, what we have discussed, it has got 1 micron, 1 micrometer accuracy. Okay, so that is so very tight tolerance can be achieved. This is open loop system. What is open loop system? We are not ensuring how much distance the work table is moving for one complete rotation of this particular shaft. We are not checking it, so that it is a open loop system. In closed loop system, what happens? There will be a position sensor which will understand where exactly it reaches work table, whether it has moved 2 mm or 1 mm. That will be checked here. The feedback signal is given to the comparator. So by comparing these two, if the error value is high, still it will rotate. If not, it will stop rotating the DC motor or the stepper motor. This is a closed loop system. So the ball screws The other system, they are having different usual traditional system. It will be the lead screw is just like a screw. Here it is a ball screw. You see here n number of balls which are made to recirculate in this grooves, so that the frictional resistance is very less and the precision is also high. Okay, so the same thing here, ball screws are employed. Okay, for movement, for smooth movement, ball screws are employed. Frictional resistance is less, so that it can move with very less resistance. The working of ball screw is, I mean, the diagram cross section is shown in this picture. Okay, what is the advantage of using recirculating ball screws over ACME screw is, Acme screw is, it has got longer life, less frictional resistance, lower torque required to drive the ball screw drive system, and more precise positioning is possible. These are all the advantages of using ball screw as a feed drive. Okay, I am stopping at this. The basic length unit BLU we can discuss in the next class.